Hey superstars, welcome to part 2 of your workout. We crushed the core and lower body in the first part, so prepare to die in the second. You won't even be able to do this. Actually, you won't, like T-Rex arms, like to the max. It'll be a lot of this and a lot of that and a lot of hate you, Laura. So, you know, send me some abuse because I like that. We are kicking it off with something a little bit more back focused, then moving on to the biceps before going on to the triceps. So get all your stuff out, make sure you've had a drink, a breather, maybe a snack if you're a little hungry, and enjoy. So we are starting here. We can do this with a band, obviously. I'm about to show you that. Also the bands with the handles on them, as well as plates. If you have plates or really light dumbbells, I'm talking like 2 kilos, maybe 2.5 max, that's going to work as well. Band is actually a really nice way to do this. So this is the setup that I've got. You want this to be anchored on a low point, so maybe even using like a balcony to loop this around, or a really heavy and solid piece of furniture, okay? So standing with the chest tall, feet under the hips nice and straight, just a little bend in the knees is all we need, and core nice and strong. From here we are holding with the hands facing out, so palm up to the ceiling, thumbs turned out, chest nice and tall, and we're raising the band and back down, okay? So you'll be able to watch from behind for this. So tall posture, thumbs out, we are raising and then coming back down, okay? Raising up and coming back down. Now, depending on the band, you may not be able to raise very high, and that's okay. So long as you're getting close to parallel to the ground, that's the main goal here. But don't stress if you're not getting as high as what you normally would using a cable, or in your usual setup. This is completely fine. As I mentioned, this will work well on the handled bands as well. Now, actually I showed you with your palms up, but I think this is a better grip. So just holding like you would hold reins if you're riding a horse, because we all do that all the time, right? That's the grip we've got. And there we go. Keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears, not shrugging too much. This is not the motion. Yeah, this is not it. Moving from the shoulder to come up and down, okay? That's the banded option. If you have a dumbbell, you would hold the dumbbell just in a normal grip, and you would do like a front raise type thing here. If using a dumbbell, I would prefer a little bit more of a lean forwards, like I'm about to do with the plate. Thumb goes through the center of the plate. And of course, if you have 2 plates, you can do both hands at once, that's totally fine. And we're coming out to like a Y position. So if I'm the letter Y, yeah. For this one, we're not so much the letter I. So not straight up, out slightly, not over here, that's a T, that's too wide for this one. So you would come out and then back down. Because the muscles we're really trying to work here are these guys. So just lower of the shoulder blade, a little bit lower from there. That's what we're trying to hit. Keeping the arms straight, and that's more or less it. Yeah? So that's your first one. Again, in that position, make sure you keep the chest lifted tall, straight, shoulder away from the ear, not shrugging. Yeah? Moving on to, I'm going to try and use this one here. We're doing a bicep curl, but in 3 different parts. So normal curl, we come all the way up and back down. We're going to break this into 3. And for the first set, we're going to be going from the top of the motion down to halfway and back up to the top. So literally just going to 90 degrees and back up. You're going to do a third of your reps that way. The second third is going to be from the bottom to halfway, so the lower half of the motion. And then the last third is going to be the full range of motion, and you're going to feel your biceps, like big time. So here we go. I can show you with a dumbbell. I'm gonna start here in a band. Using a band, again, the ones with the triangles at the end, the handle, it's gonna be fine. If you're using a looped band like I am here, you're going to have to just adjust your grip for each third because the resistance is going to be a little bit different. So because you're starting all the way at the top for the first third of the reps, you want a nice amount of length in the band. Yeah, so you start from the top, go to halfway, and back up to halfway, back up to halfway. Yeah? Keeping the core on, glutes on, chest tall. Now the second third, I'm going to get rid of some of the band. I'm going to use about this much resistance and you're going from the bottom to halfway. So just from the bottom of the motion to halfway, back down, halfway, back down, halfway. So it's just that lower range. Last third of the exercise, you're going to do the full movement. So again, you're going to want more length in the band, in between where you were for the first third and the second third. Now, given that it's an arm exercise, you probably want to band with a little less resistance in here, okay? So the pink band on the ground is probably going to be a better option for this exercise. So that's it with a band. Kettlebell is going to be a little tricky if you have a kettlebell just because of the grip and the weight is distributed and shaped. But a dumbbell is going to work nicely as well. For a dumbbell, you start at the top, halfway down, back to the top, halfway down, back to the top, halfway down, back to the top. The second third is down, halfway, down, halfway, down, halfway. Get ready for T-Rex arms. The last third, go all the way up and down. So full range, back down. Full range, back down. Full range, and back down. Now 10 kilos is pretty aggressive. That's the weight I showed you just now. Something closer to a 6 kilo dumbbell. If you have dumbbells, it's going to be better if you have that on you. So that's the weight you kind of want to go with. Moving on to the triceps. Again, we're going to use this band. And if you have one with the handles, that will work fine. You'll just have to, again, anchor one end of the band. And we're going to be kneeling for this one. Toes in the floor at the back. If you can see that, just keep it nice and sturdy. Hips forward, under the shoulders, over the knees. And we are going across the body, okay? So we want to, and if you want to, you can kind of just press into the back of the other arm. We're going to extend from here and come back, yeah? Extend, back down, extend, and back down. Still keeping that shoulder away from the ear so you're not shrugging too much. And we're thinking about a diagonal line, okay? You should feel this in the back of the arm and the tricep. Should feel those muscles working quite nicely to try and create that movement. Keep the ribs pulled in, keep your glutes on, yeah? So that's how we do it with a bend. And then obviously you flip 180 to do the other side. Now if you're using dumbbells, let me see, I'll try and show you with dumbbells as well. And if you have a yoga mat or towel, now is a great time to grab it. Again, 10 kilos is a little bit aggressive for this exercise. So something more like, actually triceps even less than biceps usually, more like 4 or 5 kilos if you can, is really a good starting point. So we're lying down, and you're gonna start with that dumbbell just outside of your shoulder. So you've got that nice bend in the arm again, ribs on, and from here you're extending this way, okay? So it's the same motion, obviously just lying on your back instead of kneeling. So from here, you're going to come out and across, and then back down, just off the ground. Yeah? So extending, and
wrist is not over my shoulder, it doesn't have to be, okay? So here and back down is fine. Please don't hit your pretty faces. Out and across, and back down, and that's it. Then all the way down on the ground, you can use your other arm to help you and stay nice and safe. Yeah? And that's your third exercise. So first one, remember, we're using the band to do front raises, or you're using dumbbells for that. Plates are great as well. If you're using a dumbbell and plate, slight hinge forward at the hips. Then we're going on to the biceps. So the thirds, remember, top, halfway, halfway, bottom, halfway, bottom, halfway, and then the full range for the last third before going onto the tricep across body extensions, either kneeling using the band, or as I showed you just now, using a dumbbell. You could totally use a plate instead of a dumbbell. If you have a little kettlebell, in terms of its size, if it was a small 6 kilo dumbbell, kettlebell, not a big 6 kilo kettlebell, that should probably work as well. Remember to have a little bit of rest after your third exercise, grab a drink before going back and repeating for the other sets.